no easy way around it. You give up 52 at home. To your credit, the defense fought hard to the very last play, and you keep Arkansas out of the end zone and showed some real pride in that moment. But before that, there are several issues you're trying to shore up. What's the number one issue that's happening with the BYU defense right now?
I mean, just we're making a lot of mistakes, and against a good team like Arkansas, you can't. You're shooting yourself in the foot, and they're going to capitalize on those opportunities that we give them. So, for us, it's everything. I mean, they were going fast. We got to be able to tackle. We got to wrap up. I mean, it's going to be a long weekend of us looking, inward and figuring out, stuff that we got to do. But as far as just the fundamentals, I mean, tackle, get off blocks. You can run whatever scheme, right? You can run the best scheme in the world, but if you're not getting off blocks, you're not making tackles, they're going to win.
Where does this defense, and specifically you, go mentally to recover and get right moving forward for the back 5 games in the regular season? Because this is a tricky spot to be in after tough losses back-to-back.
That's a great question. We're going to have to rally the troops, to be honest. Like this weekend, I mean, that's tough, right? We've lost 3 games now, and we've had opportunities to win all 3 of those games, and you can't shy away from that. You got to look at that and have an honest conversation with yourself and just be like, hey, we got the rest of the season to go. We got 5-6 games left, and so for us, it's, you're playing for more than just yourself and your pride at this point, right? We've lost 3 games, unfortunately, but you want to play for your family, your brothers, and what BYU represents.
Now, I know you're not going to point at excuses, but I'm going to bring up injuries because clearly you're missing some guys on the defensive side of the ball, especially in that secondary. So how much is that impacting what you're able to do as a defensive unit?
Yeah, unfortunately, injuries are just part of the game, right? Like I've talked about this before. Football is it's so, I mean, you can work your butt off, right, and then tear your ACL tomorrow. That's just how the game is, and it's unrewarding. So for us, you're missing guys, unfortunately, and those are guys that you want to have in there. And so for us, it's you practice hard, and everyone takes care of their stuff, and then you're gonna have trust in the guy next to you. So it's gonna be a good week. I'm looking forward to it. Guys are gonna have to step up, and what we did out here today wasn't enough, I myself included. So I got to look inward myself, and then hopefully rally the troops around me.
When you are reviewing film after a game like this, it's tough not to go to a bad place. Walk me through the mindset of watching this film and then trying to learn from this and make drastic changes as you get ready for Liberty.
Yeah, Monday's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But hey, you need to watch that. If you make these mistakes and then you shy away from it, and you want to cradle your ego, right? You're not going to go anywhere. So for us, you're going to have a hard conversation on Monday. You're going to want to watch the film. You're probably going to want to puke, but for us, it's, hey, Liberty's a good team. If we don't come and play our A game and respect and clean up our mistakes, and we're not prepared, to come out here and play the best we can, especially against Liberty, we don't want to be in the same position we are right now. So for us, obviously the fundamentals like I talked about, and then it's just going to be some honest conversations this week with ourselves and defense as a unit.
Now, to clarify, you feel like this is just assignments and execution. It has nothing to do with the scheme. Is that what I'm hearing from you?
I mean, everyone can do better, right? I mean, when it comes to a loss, I do not point fingers. I'm not saying it's the scheme, it's this, it's that. Like, there's multiple times where I should have done something, and they had a big gain off of it. So for me, it's I got to control what I can control, and we're a unit. I'm not putting the blame on anybody. I can just look at myself and say, hey, I got to be better.
Walk me through the atmosphere in the locker room and the message from head coach Kalani Sitake right now.
Yeah, Kalani was positive. He's always positive. So for us, he was just like, games like this, you make mistakes, they're going to that's a great team, right? Arkansas is good. So for us, it's like, hey, you can't be making mistakes. You can't be having face masks and penalties and because they're going to make big plays off of that. So for us, he was just like, hey, man, we got to live our lives according to, what Jesus would do, and then everything else will fall into place.
All right, Ben, we wish you the best of luck. Rest up as you get ready for Liberty. We'll see you in Lynchburg next week.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you.